Hey everyone, welcome back to Paid Theta. And I had a good feeling that all my positions would go down, and I was right, which is good and bad. Good because I made a bunch of money this week, 200 bucks for just owning assets, and I did lose about $1,000 this week. But the difference is realized versus unrealized. I've been harping on it the whole time. I've actually made 200 and something dollars this week of actual money, and I have lost on paper $2,000, which that does sound bad. And yes, I'm not glorifying it by any means, but it is unrealized, so I haven't taken it. So if I said I don't want to own it anymore, I would actually lose $426 on Bank of America today. But I'm not going to say that today because I have hopes that it is going to go up. Stocks usually go up over time. That's not always the case, but this week especially has been very, very bad for all these stocks above. I mean, my 26 call, which Bank of America was going crazy last week, and I pretty much called it was kind of overbought over here. The 26 call was last week in this time frame when it was like 27 or almost $28. Now it's at 25 flat, which is pretty crazy. $3 move in like a week is, that's 8 to 10% right there. That's a big move for 1 week. So I definitely took a ton of money from Bank of America. I made about $150 this week off of 300 shares. So that's a pretty good rate of return. I actually was trying to sell these for the 25.50 this week. They were about, if I roll these over, so if I bought these and closed them and then open a new position next week for 25.50, it was about 50 bucks. So between this whole week, I've made about 150 just this week alone. And I was trying to get the 28 to kind of like put myself back at the 26.50, about where my buy is. So I was going to go low here and then high here just to kind of like save myself from not losing any money. But in fact, this one got not assigned. I sold it for 10 more bucks, so further out. And then these did not fill, did not get the right price. So I'm just going to wait it out. I'm sure that I'll go right at the 25.50 mark. So I will go next week to 25.50, pretty much right at the money for 1%, which is, you can't complain with 1%. 1% is amazing. So I'll get 1% roughly next week on two of those, and then I'll have one further out. If they get assigned, they get assigned. I don't know. There's a lot of, it goes up and down like everything does. It's just waves up, down, up, down, up, down. So I'm holding it out, getting paid dividends throughout, and I'm getting paid every single week by pretty much gamblers who are betting on it going down pretty much 8% this week. So people want to do that. I had a feeling it was doing that too, but you know, I'd rather be the house and collect money instead of gambling every single time, because if nothing happens, then I win. So I am down technically $426 on Bank of America overall, and I've made $600 off of them and since June. So, it's been a couple months. I've made $200 profit if I were to sell it in my Bank of America right now, but I'm not going to. So I'm just going to keep continuing to make money weekly and weekly. This number will grow. I mean, honestly, I might even break $1,000 in a few months if I keep on the rate that I'm at. $1,000 pretty much in my pocket just for owning $9,000 or a little bit less than $9,000 worth. That's a crazy return. So this is just pretty much the power of selling covered calls. I mean, puts are very good too. I almost wish I had more money. That's why I'm going to go down to 25.50 to hopefully get a sign. But honestly, selling calls is almost just as good. And you get paid dividends. I've already got paid a dividend through them, and next month I'll get paid another dividend. So we'll see. MGM has honestly stayed pretty flat. It's up about $20. It was at 21, so it hasn't moved too much. I thought it would have. That's lost about half its money from 63. I think it's about 30 bucks right now, but I'm just going to keep it. There's really no point in moving it back. AT&T doesn't really move much at all. It's stayed about the 29 something for the past month. We can go look. So I haven't been able to get too much dividends or actually, sorry, premium, but I've got paid dividends, and if I hold on to it, I'll just continue to get paid dividends. You can look at AT&T's chart. I mean, nothing. It's went from 29 to 30 since since June, which is unreal. So it hasn't moved. I mean, I haven't made a ton of money off of the contracts, but that's wise because it just doesn't move. So there's that. My Marvel and my Micron are both heavily down. I mean, look how far down this is. Earnings is next week. I have a feeling it's going to have a run up. I mean, just look at all the support. If you just draw a straight line, look how much every time it goes there, it goes up. Every time it goes there, it goes up. I'm hoping because earnings and it's been down 12% since basically I got in it, that it will go up. Obviously, it could go down. I just have a feeling it always has a pre-earnings run up. Usually it does. You can see the past week here, it went up 20%. I'm not saying it's going to go up 20% this time, but usually tech stocks, and even not even tech stocks, usually companies just go up before earnings because investors anticipate they're going to do well. We'll see. I don't know. I have yet to sell a covered call just because I have a feeling it's going to go up. I'm waiting for it to go up. I feel like I'm at the pinnacle right now. I think this is when it's going to go up. We'll see. Here I'm just making assumptions on what I see. So maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not making any money off them currently. And I did actually take a position in selling a cash crib put because I am so bullish on the stock and at this price, 33. So I sold it for a little bit less than 1%, which isn't the greatest, but it is what it is. It's money. I can't really complain. It was far out of the money when I bought it. Now it's currently in the money. I honestly would not mind getting assigned these shares at the $33 mark. It's at there right now. The ask is 33.04 in the bid. So it's right teeter-tottering on the line, but honestly would not mind owning these shares at this price. I think it's a very good price. We will see though. Only time will tell, and I'm getting paid a little bit for time. Not much on this one as I am other ones. So let's go to Micron. Micron, man, same thing. Down a ton. I've drawn lines here. I mean, you can kind of see every time it goes here, up. Every time it goes here, up. It's right at this point. I mean, if nothing can go down forever and nothing can go up forever. It just comes in waves. You see up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Kind of flat, down. I mean, stuff goes up and down. It's 14% off. If you go to a store and you see something 14% off, you're probably going to buy it, even if you don't need it. So down almost 2.5% today. I have optimism. I mean, nothing can go down this much. We will see. My current position is pretty much worthless just because it is down so much. So it does have another week. I might buy this back just because it has another week. I thought it was ending tomorrow, but it has another week on it, and I think it's going to go back up. So I might close this position and hope it goes up over the weekend so I can get a better, more premium. We'll see on that one. Not sure. Both of these, I've just seen them go down day after day after day after day after day. And there's only so many red days something can have, and there's only so many green days stuff can have. So I've got a lot of optimism on that. Snapchat is right around the 2180 mark, 2183 right here. I believe that Snapchat will be above it. If not, it's fine. I got tons of premium this week for it. If it's not, honestly, Snapchat is a good company to own. I will not mind owning Snapchat. But yeah, that's my Bank of America. A ton of money this week on it, and hopefully next week I'll make a ton more. As long as the paychecks keep coming in, I can't really complain. Yeah, I am down a couple grand on these, but man, I'm sure getting paid off for it, so it is not too bad. And honestly, my reinvestments, they've stayed really, really solid, 5%. Everything else kind of here is down, but I'm in a lot more tech stocks and a really, really solid dividend stocks. MGM is I think MGM is good long term. That's another story. FDIC, man, has been on a roll. Tesla's been crazy. Amazon's been crazy. Apple's been crazy. AMD's been crazy. I actually want to go into, which I don't even think I am right now, my Robinhood. Yeah, here it is. My Robinhood. So what I was doing before was iron condors, and I mentioned it before. You know what? My bread and butter is puts, cash or code puts. But basically, what I can do in Robinhood is put credit spread. So my account is very, very small. It's only $1,200. But as you can see today, I've made $100. Over the week, it's been very, very choppy, but long term, crazy good. So let's go back to our fancy spreadsheet. You can see AMD and QQQ. QQQ is a technology ETF, which basically tracks Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, all the top quality stocks. Usually goes up over time. If you want to, I kind of want to look at it. It is a very, very good ETF. This is QQQ. I mean, it just doesn't stop going up, it seems like. I mean, look at this thing. It's unbelievable. So what I'm doing is I am taking a small risk of $100 because the difference between the spread is $1 times $100. So I bought this for 20 cents. The difference between these two, 20 cents a contract times 3 at $60. I made $60 up front. Today I actually sold out for 5 pennies just because I want to take a little bit off the table. I know I probably did lose on $15, but honestly, I'm risking 300 to make 60. But I think it's a safer bet because I'm taking it at a higher percent chance rate. And I think it's a company that will do good, like AMD, I really believe in. And so about QQQ. So I made a good bit of money. So about $600, I made under $100. That's a very, very good rate on return. In fact, I kind of just want to do the math just to see. So what, just say 700 divided by 600. That'll give me my percentage this week. 16% this week. That's pretty good. It's not on a lot of money because it's only $600, but still 16%, $100. That's good. My iron condors honestly didn't work because they were busting my calls. They were doing too well on one side, and my bread and butter, like I said, is making sure it doesn't go below that price. So because of that, I honestly think I'm going to stop the iron condors. I didn't really have too much success. Granted, I did really screw up on my Apple, but I think these put credit spreads are pretty much going to be it. And $100 in a week off of $600 is a lot of money. In fact, I made 150 off of 9,000, which there's a difference between this because it's a lot smaller. I'm taking a lot more risk, but I'm controlling my risk because I'm only playing with a little bit amount of money. I wouldn't play, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't do that. My risk tolerance isn't that high. I mean, it's a little bit higher, but it's not that high. I mean, I wouldn't be playing around with my bigger account, my main account, with that much risk. But I can do it with my smaller one and grow that up, and hopefully it becomes a nice size. And I'll just keep the same risk threshold just because if I make enough money to where it does become big, I mean, I made it big for a reason, so I wouldn't stop there. Basically, it's just risk management at that point, but that's pretty much what it all is. I know this is a longer video, but I think I'm going to start to only do one video a week. It kind of seems like I'm forecasting it and doing it at the same time. I pretty much say what I'm going to do and then do it and then follow through with it and then show you the results. So I'm not going to make a video this weekend, but this is pretty much, I don't think anything crazy is going to happen tomorrow. The only thing, like Marvel, it's going to be on the line, and Snapchat's going to be on the line. But like I said, I'm cool with owning it there. That's the beauty of doing this is I pick a price I want to buy it at, and I get paid to do it. So getting paid to do something is always good. I got in the Marvel, man, I can't believe I did it. I bought 100 just because I was so bullish on it at 37.25. It is what it is. But if I own it at 33, it'll bring my cost average down. And then I really think it's going to run up in earnings, but I'm not going to take a loss on it. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week.